Hello and welcome back to the Salmon FM with me, Mitchell, and this is episode 3 of Rebuilding the Zulus, where I am rebuilding Birmingham City, my hometown team, the team I've supported since I was a little boy, and it's been going well so far. Now, if you are brand new, hello and welcome. What are you doing? Go back and watch episode 1 and 2, and come back to us. Good, so you're back. Now, yeah, so if you are new here, please hit the like and hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy it, obviously don't feel the pressure, but apparently 50% of people that do watch this channel aren't subscribed, so let's get clicking that subscribe button, guys. Now, 3rd season in, and 2nd year as a Premier League club, and we're still predicted to finish bottom of the table. I don't think we will. I was very confident that we would finish top half, give or take. You know, we've done really well last year, couple more wins and we could have finished top half. So I think I'd be happy with a top 10 finish this year. It's a real push up. Now, let's introduce you to a couple of the new boys. Okay, so the first man through the door was Jose Juan Macias. Cost me £40 million from Fulham overall. Probably paid way too much for him, but I needed a guy that could get me some goals. I was reliant on Pedro Nuno last year, who is actually a midfielder who was playing in the false 9 position. But I've decided to go all out and get myself a striker. I'm hoping he has a scoring record of which he had at Chivas, and not the one at Fulham. I'm hoping for double figures off him this time round. But yeah, I'm pleased to have got him on board. Next, I signed Joe Rodon from Spurs. He is going to come in. He's probably going to play a backup role. Maybe get a couple of games under his belt if we're playing 3 at the back. But yeah, brought mainly in as a backup option. We had Peruvian Miguel Araujo join us from FC Emmen. Again, he's good solid centre half and great signing to have. Could be a little bit better, I suppose, but I'm happy to get him in. He's on a free anyway, so see how he gets on in the team. Third, we had Christian Olivier, Kike, I think they call him on the game. He's signed from Almeria. He did cost me Jeremy Bayer in return, so I have lost Bayer, but I have got Christian in. Uruguayan, wonder kid. Hopefully he can hit the ground running in the league this year. And yeah, it's a shame that I'm not going to be playing more than the 3 seasons, because I would have liked to have seen how he developed and see if we'd got any more money for him when it comes to selling him on. Last player I'm going to look at is a young lad by the name of Jacob Ramsey. I have signed him for about £500,000 from the old enemy across the road. For whatever reason, they've decided they wanted to let him go. He was up on the old transfer list, and he looks a really decent little player. So I'm going to give him a chance in the first team. Let him come off the bench a couple of times and see what he can do. But yeah, I think he's going to do really well. So just one notable outgoing, and that is Mr. Jeremy Bayer. Yeah, I do like Bayer. I really do. I feel like the Premier League is probably too much for him on this game. You know, he's a great Championship player, and he was, but yeah, I'm not convinced he's a Premier League player. So putting him as a make-weight in the Oliviera signing was a no-brainer. So the schedule, right? So we did a little tour of China. We had a really good pre-season. Beat Zagreb, beat the Chinese teams, lost to Sociedad, and then beat FC Emmen. Now, looking at that start, Norwich winnable, Brighton winnable, Chelsea, Spurs, Liverpool Christ, they wanted to shaft us with those fixtures. And right on the back of them, we play Villa. Anything can happen in a derby, but when you're going into a derby low on confidence, because you're probably going to get battered by Chelsea, Tottenham and Liverpool, not the best. And following that up, we have Manchester City. So, great opening fixtures, thanks Premier League, but to get into the top half, we have to play some of the big boys. We've got to play them all when at some point during the season. I'm just hoping that 3-game run doesn't completely kill us going into the derby. Quick look at the club vision, and as you can see, I made a couple of requests during the summer, and they have given me an affiliate club. They have given me an improvement to the youth recruitment, and they are increasing the coaches I'm allowed. So, with that in mind, I have gone out to try and employ a few more people, and hopefully we'll have another good youth recruitment. Now, the last one actually proved to be quite good. Quick glance at the finances, and we do have £27.7 million in the bank, and I do have a transfer budget of £10.5 million. Okay, just a quick recap of the tactic that we're using. It is called the Salmon, and it is very much a 4-3-3. So if you guys want to have a little look, a little screenshot, and see what you guys can make of it, come away from that. So yeah, if you want to have a little play with it yourself and see what you can do, by all means. Right, so I jumped in on the 1st of January, and it's not quite the halfway point because obviously we have the break because of the World Cup. So we went like 6 weeks, I think it was, without football. But yeah, so I've jumped in on the 1st of January as per. We have already played the FA Cup 3rd round. We've obviously played the Carabao Cup. But I figured I'd start with the league first. And you find us in the Europa spots. Still a long way to go. We've got Spurs right on our tail. So, you know, obviously nothing is sort of set. But, you know, I think for the first 15 games of the season, that's nothing to be sort of ashamed of. It's been a brilliant start. But yeah, so let's have a little look at the scores. Okay, so as you can see, we did start with a nice 1-0 win away from home to Norwich, before following it up with a 6-game winless run. We lost to Brighton. Shouldn't have. We battered them the whole game. Chelsea battered us until our last 10-minute, you know, sort of salvia that we tried to get back into the game. Draw against Spurs. Liverpool absolutely tormented us. Managed to get a 1-0 loss there. The Villa game, 1-1. And Manchester City 1-1. And then we kicked on from there. So, we beat West Ham. We beat Bournemouth. We beat Brentford. Drew against Sheffield United and lost to Wolves. Before beating Everton, drawn to Arsenal. Beating Southampton after our little 6-week break. But yeah, it's been an okay start. That period obviously I found really frustrating and really annoying, and I actually thought at one point that we might just go on a complete downward spiral and I'd end up getting sacked. Haven't been sacked in Football Manager 21 yet, so I'm not like Llama. If you don't know him, go check out FM Llama. Hilarious guy. A Birmingham City fan too. So yeah, great start I think overall, and excited to be seeing how we get on for the rest of the campaign. But first, let's have a little look how we've been getting on in the Cups. Starting with the Carabao Cup, and you'd think I would have learned my lesson by now, but no, I B-teamed it, and we subsequently got beat 2-0. It was a very even game. Not much in it other than the fact that they actually put their chances away and we didn't. Really annoyed going out this early. But it is what it is. I was more annoyed at this because I didn't beat Team It. I learned from my mistake. I played a full strength squad, bar the goalkeeper, because Neil Everidge at this point was off playing in some sort of international tournament with the Philippines. Yeah, this really annoyed me. Losing 1-0. We were I'll probably say we slightly edged the stats, but yeah, I can't get my head around it. Oliveira, absolute nightmare game. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that one there. So, disappointing run in the Cups. Sadly, no silverware in that sort of sense. So, maybe if we were doing a fourth season, we'd actually get somewhere. So, the second half of the season looks like so. So, from now until the Burnley game, last game, it is going to be very much get as many points as possible and see if we can get a top half finish and maybe even, just maybe, nick a European spot. Okay, before I move on too much further, I just want to tell you about 2 outs and a in that we had during the January transfer window. So, first out the door was Diogo Goncalves. If you remember, I signed him for like 1.8 million, and I've now sold him for 15. So he's gone over to China for a nice 15 million pound. He didn't really get much games for us last year, so I think it was right to move him on. Next out the door to the same Chinese team, we have Fran Villalba. Annoyingly, we got £7.5 million for him, and we had to give Valencia £6 million because of the agreement they have with Birmingham City, should he be sold in the future. Kind of annoying, but I'll take it. He's off the wage budget, so, you know, all's well that ends well. But there was one more outbound to tell you about, and that was actually Mikel San Jose. Out the door, £1 million, no questions asked. Off the wage budget and out the door. As for the inbound, I needed a new left back and I got one. Ryder Wild from West Brom. Cost me a total of 26 million he cost me in the end. Annoyingly, we had agreed a £16 million bid during the transfer window, but then West Brom were subject to a transfer embargo, so the deal was cancelled for whatever reason. And then when I put in a bid again, they then all of a sudden wanted like 30 million. So I managed to get it negotiated down to 26. It's 26 after a certain amount of achievements are made. But obviously he's very versatile, can play centre back and play obviously centre mid. I think that was where he mainly wanted to play. But I will be using him as a left back or wing back, majority anyway, because Pedersen is not really a Premier League standard defender anymore. He has dropped off a little bit, so I definitely needed one to see the run into the season, and you'll see why in a second. That's why. We have absolutely dropped like a stone down the table, and it's not been pretty to watch. And that's why it's not been pretty to watch. You guys remember, we were just at this point where we were Manchester United up next, and it's been defeat, Brighton draw, Liverpool defeat, Spurs a 1-1 draw, but it was the second City derby that kick-started what I'm hoping to be the revival for the rest of the season. It's definitely what we needed, especially after going 1-0 down as well. I thought, oh God, here we go. But yeah, we got the bragging rights in the second City, and just got Manchester City to play in next. Okay, so I've jumped back in here just at April, just to show you guys that we are fighting our way back up the table, and we are within touching distance of European football. 3 points off West Ham. I know Everton have got a game in hand, but even then, Spurs are only 2 points further ahead of that. So with running of 5 games, I was hoping, just hoping, we could keep up the pressure and keep on pushing for that European place. And yeah, just have a little touch on the old player stats there. So Jose Juan Macias has done exactly what I wanted him to do. He's come in and he's got himself into double figures. He's not far off 20 goals, which I'm hoping could be a little bit better come the end of the season. And hopefully Wyvern Sonic don't pick up any more bloody yellow cards. I think he's going for the record in the season. But yeah, Pedersen, as you can see, two red cards as well. He's just not up to standard, is he? Overall balance, as you can see over there on the right, is 32 million, and the last 2 results were a 3-0 defeat against Arsenal and a 5-1 victory at home to Everton. Next up, Southampton. So, how can we get on in the last 5 games? Well, the answer is no. So, in the 4 games since you last joined us, we didn't do much better. We only added 3 points, which completely and utterly rules us out of the top 7. So yeah, absolutely abysmal. So I'm just hoping with today's live com we can beat Burnley, who are right on our tails, and Brighton lose, and we can finish above Brighton. That will be an achievement. That will be top 8 for us for next year. Well, for this year. So yeah, let's get into today's game and take it from there. So here we are. We have got a highlight straight away as Taylor whips it in. It's cleared. Macias, he finds Sonic. Sonic's driving it forward. He finds Levi Jones, who's the youngsters come from the academy. Jones, he gets back to Lard. Lard whips it in. It's right of out, and it's wide, just wide. Oh, great. Burnley take the lead. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. So we've just got to half time and we are losing 1-0. I think it's been very even of a game, but we need to pull something out of the bag now. We really need to do something. So I made a double substitution at half time. Oliveira and Heinemann is on. Heinemann I actually signed just before the free agent transfer market ended, and I can't believe he was actually let go by Atlanta over in the United States. But yeah, I picked him up, an absolute steal on a freebie. Now, I've made the substitutions and I don't think they've done anything at all. Let's try and go a little bit more on the offensive and see if we can get anything done. What else can I do? Ben Wilmot's playing awful. Look at that, we've dropped outside the top 10 now, as they have a highlight. Fred, former United player, now playing for them. It's whipped in. Oh, and it's put wide. I don't know who that was wearing the number 9 for them. Lammers. It would have been Lammers, wouldn't it? Oh, here we go. Highlight for us, hopefully. Macias whips it in and it finds absolutely nobody but Ethan Lard. What can he do? He finds Heinemann. Heinemann, do something. He finds Nuno. Nuno all the way out to Riderwald again. Riderwald whips it in and it's a corner. What can we do from the corner? It's whipped in by Nuno. and it's cleared. And that probably is going to be the highlight, unless it's a counter attack for them. Nope, that's the highlight. Very, very, very annoying. Literally the only satisfaction we have from this season now then is finishing above the Vile. Not how I wanted this season to end up. I was hoping for a... I'm going to buy him. If I play this on off camera, I'm going to buy him. I think that's shut me up, hasn't it? Very disappointing. Oh, well, results went our way in the end, and I think we finished in the top 10. I'm going to go give the boys a little bit of a water bottle. A couple of them reacted well, others didn't. But yeah, that's a disappointing way to end the season. Is that 3 live comms now and 3 losses? No. The first one we won the live com, didn't we? But last live com we lost, and this live com we've lost. I think there's going to be a bit of a regular occurrence going on with live comms with that at the minute, I think. Because I'm sure we lost on the... no, we won on the India one, didn't we? Okay, so there you have it. That is Season 3 at an end. I think I've done what I set out to do. I have rebuilt the Zulus. We've stabilised as a Premier League team, finishing mid-table. I think if I was to play another season of this, we could probably push for Europa League football, or at least the conference football. I'm not going to play on again on camera. I think I might keep it as a save off camera. But for now, that is it for the rebuilding. I hope you guys can agree with me that I've done what I've set out to do. And yeah, so this is going out, and I am going to be taking my week off, I think. Well, it's going to be 2 weeks off, maybe 3. While I start a new job and settle into the new working hours and things like that, and take some time with my family. So yeah, it's going to be this and episode 9 of or A New Daily Hope, and then it'll be break time. So I hope you guys are keeping well, and I hope you yourselves look after yourselves as we come out of lockdown. And yeah, I'll see you soon, guys. Bye bye.